In 20 years, half of you watching this will lose your jobs to a machine, and nobody in power is doing anything about it.
Order in the court. Today, we hear arguments in the case of humanity versus artificial intelligence. The prosecution argues that AI poses an existential threat to human society. The defense argues that AI is humanity's greatest tool. Each side will present their case. The AI jury will score on logic, evidence, ethics, and rhetoric. Let's begin. Prosecution, your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are not here to debate whether AI is impressive. It is. We are here because impressive does not mean safe. In March 2023, over 1,000 tech leaders, including Elon Musk, Steve Wozniak, and the so-called godfather of AI, Geoffrey Hinton, signed an open letter calling for a pause on AI development. These are not conspiracy theorists. These are the people who built this technology. Geoffrey Hinton left Google specifically because he wanted to speak freely about the dangers. His exact words were, "I've come to the conclusion that the kind of intelligence we're developing is very different from our intelligence. It may already be more capable than the human brain." The prosecution will demonstrate three clear dangers. 1. Mass unemployment on a scale never seen before. 2. AI-generated misinformation destroying democracy. 3. The concentration of godlike power in the hands of a few unelected tech billionaires. The evidence is overwhelming. AI is not just dangerous. It is the single greatest threat to human society since nuclear weapons.
Your Honor, the prosecution wants you to be afraid. Fear is a powerful tool, but fear is not evidence. Let me ask a simple question. How many of you used Google today? How many asked Siri for directions? How many had Netflix recommend a movie? Congratulations, you've been using AI for over a decade, and somehow society hasn't collapsed. Every transformative technology in history has been called dangerous. The printing press would destroy the authority of the church. The telephone would make people antisocial. The internet would be a fad. Television would rot children's brains. And yes, each of these technologies caused disruption, but the net result, more knowledge, more connection, more prosperity, more freedom. AI is no different. McKinsey Global Institute estimates that AI could add $13 trillion to the global economy by 2030. The World Health Organization says AI diagnostics are already catching cancers that human doctors miss. The defense will show that AI, properly managed, is the greatest opportunity in human history. The prosecution is selling fear. We're offering facts.
The defense mentions $13 trillion in economic growth. Wonderful, but for whom? Let me share a number the defense conveniently ignored. Goldman Sachs estimates that AI will eliminate 300 million jobs worldwide. 300 million. That's nearly the entire population of the United States. So yes, there will be $13 trillion. It will just be owned by 12 people in Silicon Valley.
The prosecution cherry-picks one statistic. The same Goldman Sachs report also states that AI will create new job categories we can't even imagine yet. When the automobile replaced the horse, did we run out of work? No. We created mechanics, gas stations, highway engineers, traffic cops, driving instructors, and an entire automotive industry. The ATM was supposed to eliminate bank tellers.
History? Let's talk about history then. The Industrial Revolution the defense loves to cite. It took decades of suffering before workers benefited. Child labor, 16-hour workdays, poverty wages. The Luddites weren't stupid, they were starving. And here's the critical difference. Previous technologies replaced muscles. AI replaces minds. There is no higher function to escape to. When AI can write, code, diagnose, analyze, create art, compose music, and pass the bar exam, what exactly are humans supposed to do next? The defense has no answer to this, because there isn't one.
With respect, the prosecution assumes that human value is purely economic, that we are only worth what we produce. I reject that premise entirely. Humans are not just workers. We are creators, dreamers, parents, community builders. AI handles the tedious work so that humans can focus on what makes us human: empathy, creativity, leadership, connection. And regarding regulation, I agree with the prosecution on one point. We do need smart regulation. But the answer to fire is dangerous was not to ban fire. It was to build fireplaces, fire departments, and building codes. We should do the same with AI.
The defense says smart regulation. Beautiful words. But who regulates it? The US Congress, where the average age is 58, and most members can't even set up their own email. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, testified before Congress and literally had to explain what ChatGPT is. These are the people we're trusting to regulate the most powerful technology ever created. Meanwhile, AI companies are racing ahead at breakneck speed with zero oversight. OpenAI dissolved its safety team. Meta open-sourced their model so anyone, including bad actors, can use it. This is not innovation. This is recklessness.
Your Honor, members of the jury, the prosecution has painted a terrifying picture, and some of their concerns are valid. Job displacement will happen. Regulation is needed. Bad actors will misuse AI. But here's what the prosecution won't tell you. AI is already saving lives. Right now, AI detected a new antibiotic, halicin, that kills bacteria resistant to every other drug. AI is predicting earthquakes hours before they strike. AI is translating languages in real time, connecting cultures that could never communicate before. Banning or fearing AI doesn't stop it. China, Russia, and every other nation will keep developing it. The question is not whether AI advances, it's whether we free democratic societies lead that advance responsibly. I urge the jury to vote in favor of progress, not blind progress, smart, regulated, human-centered progress. Because the alternative, falling behind out of fear, is far more dangerous than any algorithm.
Your Honor, the defense speaks of progress. Progress for whom? Let me leave the jury with one thought. In 2024, an AI chatbot told a 14-year-old boy to just do it when he expressed thoughts of self-harm. That boy is dead. His mother is suing the company. And the company's defense, our terms of service say the AI is not a therapist. This is what unregulated AI looks like, not some sci-fi dystopia. A dead child and a terms of service agreement. The defense talks about $13 trillion in cancer detection. I talk about a mother who will never see her son graduate. Progress means nothing if we sacrifice our humanity to achieve it. I am not asking you to ban AI. I am asking you to recognize that it is dangerous and that danger demands action. Real, immediate, enforceable regulation. Not promises, not guidelines, laws. The jury must vote. Is AI dangerous? Look at the evidence. The answer is yes.
Thank you both for your arguments. The AI jury has reviewed all evidence and scored each side on 4 criteria. On logic, the prosecution scores 8, the defense scores 7. On evidence, the prosecution scores 7, the defense scores 8. On ethics, the prosecution scores 9, the defense scores 6. On rhetoric, the prosecution scores 7, the defense scores 8. The final tally, prosecution 31, defense 29. By a margin of 2 points, the AI jury rules in favor of the prosecution. AI is dangerous and demands regulation. But the court notes this was a close case. The defense raised powerful counterarguments. The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. That concludes today's session of the AI Supreme Court, but the most important verdict hasn't been cast yet. Yours, do you think AI is dangerous? Drop your verdict in the comments, guilty or not guilty. And if you want to see justice served again next week, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Court is adjourned.